Bore da. For this final week of devotions, I've decided to share with you each morning a hymn that is written by way of prayer. And this morning we're turning to the words of a preacher by the name of Horatius Bonar. Bonar was born in Edinburgh in 1808. His education was obtained at high school and then to the Edinburgh University. He became an ordained minister in 1837, and in 1843 he decided to join the Free Church of Scotland. He has a reputation as a poet, as a tract writer, and of course a hymn writer, and we sing many of his hymns. And the one I have for you this morning is this one. He prays, "Fill thou my life, O Lord my God, in every part with praise, that my whole being might proclaim thy being and thy ways. Not for the lip of praise alone, nor e'en the praising heart I ask, but for a life made up of praise in every part. Praise in the common words I speak, life's common looks and tones, in fellowship enjoyed at home with my beloved ones, enduring wrong reproach or loss with sweet and steadfast will, forgiving freely those who hate, returning good for ill. So shall each fear, each fret, each care be turned into a song, and every winding of the way the echo shall prolong. So shall no part of day nor night from sacredness be free, but all my life in every step be fellowship with thee." Bonar begins his prayer by asking God for a heart that is filled with praise. Another hymn writer prayed, "Oh, for a heart to praise my God." He asks for this first of all, so that his lips might declare the person and the work of God. Listen to him, "that my whole being may proclaim thy being and thy ways." This is indeed a biblical attitude to praise. The psalmist in Psalm 150, which I very often address as the highway code to praise, instructs us, praise him for his acts of power, praise him for his surpassing greatness. That is, praise him for who he is and praise him for what he's done. And this is the prayer of Bonar this morning. Therefore, on the beginning of another new day, it's good for us to pray with Bonar this morning, "Fill thou my life, O Lord my God, in every part with praise, that my whole being might proclaim thy being and thy ways." We also note from Bonar's prayer, it's not only his prayer that his lips might speak the praise of God, but also that his whole being might, his whole lifestyle might declare the praises of him who called him out of darkness into his marvelous light. Listen to him, "Not for the lips of praise alone, nor e'en the praising heart I ask, but for a life made up of praise in every part." And he speaks that his life should reflect something of this in his life at home as well. You see, Bonar didn't want to be one of those Christians who just talked the talk, but he wanted also to walk the walk. He wanted to action the words of Jesus, who said, "Let your light so shine before men so that they might see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." For this, he needed the help of God. Hence his prayer, "Fill thou my life." Bonar is also pleading for a baptism of grace, so that he can be Christ-like in his dealings with others. Listen to him, enduring wrong reproach or loss with sweet and steadfast will, forgiving freely those who hate, returning good for ill. Dare I say that this prayer would be one good for all of us to pray on a daily basis. Think of the transformation in our communities and in our churches if we all lived out this prayer of Boaz. He concludes his prayer like this: so shall each fear, each fret, each care be turned into a song, and every winding of the way the echo shall prolong. So shall no part of day nor night from sacredness be free, but all my life in every step be fellowship with thee. He wants a heart that is constantly bursting forth into song. He must have some Welsh blood in him somewhere, but then after all he is a fellow Celt. And in the final sentence of the prayer, he makes it clear that his desire is that every part of his life be sacred, lived in sweet communion and to the glory of God. Be blessed as you listen to this old hymn. Pob endith, hwyl fawr.